Hello, everybody. I just got back from a motorcycle trip with me and another guide to Alaska. The next probably 10 videos I post, the first three are going to be for motorcycle people. It's going to be kind of a pack out list and just some pointers on maybe what you want to do to your bike and make some adjustments and whatnot. The other videos are going to be more the trip and videos we all posted on or that we made on Insta360 cameras. Really enjoy them cameras. They seem to do a really good job. I ran a Insta360 X3, which I know they're a little outdated, but they still work. And then I also I bought an Ace Pro 2 kind of exactly for this trip, and it worked out really good. But I just want to do this video first, kind of let you guys know what happened. We ran from central Nebraska basically up to Red Lodge, Montana. We did Beartooth Pass, Yellowstone, and then we went up to Glacier Park, went up to Calgary, went over to Banff, went up to Jasper, went around the mountains to the east to Prairie View, Canada, and then went down to Dawson's Creek, hopped on the Alacan, went up to Alaska. So the trip in total is about 8,300 miles. We did rent a car for a day because we had to get our bike serviced. So we went up to Mount McKinley that day, so that took away maybe another 600 miles, 700 miles. So the whole trip was about 9,000 miles, I suppose. We had very minor issues. My buddy had a brand new Road Glide. My Pan America only had maybe, I don't even know, 2,500 miles on it. So I did have to replace the fuel pump up in Montana. But other than that, no major issues. Everything went pretty smooth. A couple things to talk to you about was when you load these motorcycles, especially the Pan Am, where the bike's a lot lighter than like a bagger, make sure you do weigh your stuff and make sure you're equal left to right. It does make a difference. I'm not saying it don't have to be within ounces, of course, but just a couple pounds of each other. And I actually prefer on the Pan America at least to have a little bit extra weight on the right side because of the kickstand issue with the adaptive ride height. If anybody knows anything about Pan Ams or is even around them or owns one, you know what I'm talking about. That was a pain in the butt. But the bike loadout does matter. So I'm not saying I kind of overlooked that, but it worked out, I guess. I got lucky and my gear is very well balanced. One thing to consider, I don't think you're ever going to realize it till you get back, but we actually shipped some gear home from Alaska, which we didn't have any room, so we had to ship like shirts and stuff that we bought for family members and whatnot. We had to ship that stuff home anyway because we didn't have enough room for it. But man, I could have easily sent back probably, I don't know, 7 pounds worth of clothing probably. And I guess I thought we'd have a little more time at nights, to kind of enjoy time a little bit. What people don't tell, we probably average about 600 miles a day. So it's important, to plan your trip, but doing that long of a trip we've never been on, we didn't have a choice. We didn't know how many miles we were going to be able to run because we didn't know what the roads were like. The roads aren't bad. Like, I know people complain about it, and there was a couple hundred miles, I suppose, of kind of crappy roads, especially from like kind of around the border area between the Yukon Territory and Alaska. And there were some gravel roads, some real bad frost heaves, not bad at all on a Pan America. My buddy's Road Glide, I'm glad I wasn't him. I'm glad I didn't take my Street Glide. That would have been a nightmare. And I applaud him. He did a great job. I mean, it was absolutely amazing how well he got through that. We did run some rain in them areas, and it was definitely not ideal. But yeah, the roads and stuff aren't bad up there at all. We did on the way up and on the way back, we ran in some pretty cold weather. When we left Palmer, which is just outside of Anchorage, we were running in 40-degree weather and rain, which, I mean, we were prepared. I'm not going to say we weren't, but we were barely prepared. I mean, it was, merino wool gear, MSR winter clothing. I actually did use my heated gloves the next day, but he ended up buying some heated gear up there at Anchorage. And if you don't have really good winter gear, make sure you got some very good layers. I mean, it was borderline. I mean, I know people, I've ridden in 40-degree weather. Yeah, so have I. And the difference is you're in it for 12 hours throughout the day, and the rain is what just chills you to your bone. But other than that, just a quick overview of how this all went. Just a couple things we learned. Just the people are super nice. We had no problems whatsoever. I mean, everybody's always interested. I still don't get it how Harley people do not know about the Pan America. The bike gets a lot of attention out there, and it was the perfect bike. I absolutely loved it. I can't think of a better bike, you know, to take up there for that trip. We met a lot of motorcycles, and I bet over half of them are probably adventure bikes on the way up there and the way back. A lot of them BMW 1600s, a lot of Harleys, a lot of baggers. But yeah, mostly adventure bikes for a reason. It definitely made the trip way easier on you, and the bike's more agile and easier to control anyway. But for anybody out there wanting to do this trip, you know, don't be afraid of it. It's not. I'm not a super experienced rider. I've been riding a lot of years, but I'm not that guy that gets. I don't have time to ride thousands of miles a year. Matter of fact, I bet I'd only put on 500 miles this year on my two bikes. And the spring's always my busiest time, but yeah, I just don't want people to be intimidated. It's not as bad as people think. The one thing we ran into because of scheduling was there was a lot of times we got the last hotel room at a town, and that next town might be 100 miles up the road. So if you can plan it, do it. You know, maybe you don't want to put in 600 miles a day. It's not hard. It's not like you can't handle it. But we'd get about 5:30 in the morning. We'd definitely be on the road pretty much by 7 o'clock. And most times by the time we'd get to the hotel and unpack and get all the video stuff transferred over and get a shower and get to bed, it was 10 o'clock. So, I mean, I'm not saying 7.5 hours is enough sleep, but you're not sleeping as good as you are at home either. You're sleeping in strange places. And we did get very fortunate, had some very nice hotels. We did camp out one night in Laird Hot Springs, which that place amazing. I didn't get any video footage of it because there's other people that have video footage of the Laird Hot Springs. It's Liard. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's nice. I wasn't going to take my video camera in there. Okay, I think that's intrusive. There are areas where you could probably get to the corner and take a quick video, but I just didn't want people being uncomfortable because of a video camera. That's just me personally. I'm not dogging anybody that did it because it's not that big of a deal. But I know I wouldn't want to be videoed if I'm enjoying a hot springs and relaxing. So. But yeah, a couple places to make sure you go. Whittier, Alaska, that was cool. Homer was really good. Seward was awesome. Make sure you do the catamaran whale watching thing. That was awesome. That was really cool. Glaciers, seals, otters, jellyfish. I mean, you name it. It was probably the highlight of the trip. Probably. Just in closing, people always have said, oh, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Okay, I hear that all the time, and I'm always like, that's kind of cliche, whatever. I live in Nebraska. The destination is always the highlight of the ride. I mean, Nebraska is, if you've ever been there, it's not I mean, I love the state, don't get me wrong. I love it. I love living here. I would never live anywhere else. But from a riding standpoint, it's not great, especially when you got Colorado, South Dakota, Arkansas, pretty close to us, and nice places to ride with mountains and a little windier roads and hills. So not dogging Nebraska, but this trip was definitely the journey. I would never fly to Alaska and bum around for a week and then fly home. I think a cruise ship would be great, but definitely driving it one way or the other would be the way to do it. Now, we took the Alcan up, and then we brought the Cassier home. The Cassier is kind of a shorter distance. It seems like a shortcut. I didn't think it seemed like it took as long to get to Jasper, and definitely a prettier drive in my opinion. But there was areas of the Alcan that I wouldn't have wanted to miss, so just keep that in mind as well. I'm trying to keep these videos short. If you guys have any questions or comments, just send them in the link in the video, and I'll try and respond to them as best I can. Thanks, everybody. Bye.